Hi, I'm Jesse with RebuiltSnowmobileEngines.com. We're here for all you do-it-yourselfers. Give you guys a little pointers on how to install the Dragon Saber kit on your 08, 09, 2010 Dragons. Here we have the beginning, the Dragon Saber kit. A must if you own a Dragon or any pros. Here we have the custom Nomura pistons. You can see the coating on those pistons. We've had 100% success with those pistons on the 3 years they've been running. We also got the water jet spacer with extra base gasket, and then all your bolts and your dowel pins are in this bag. So we've got everything we need. Now we're ready to go. First thing we're going to do is remove the clutch, get things out of the way, make it a little easier. If you have any power tools, definitely save a little time in that. If not, you can grab an end wrench. Try not to lose anything. Remove the electrical wire right here on the side of the air box. And then we also got the bungee on the back. Then once we get that removed, we want to unclip the fuel filter here on the side. And you also got a 10mm screw right here. Whatever you can get in there to, actually it's easier if you remove the cover first. Give yourself a little more room. The more things you remove, the easier it is to work on. Just remember that, any snowmobiler out there. Now we just need a longer screwdriver, a Phillips or a flathead, whichever you prefer, whichever you have. The longer the better, just like a lot of things. Whichever place is easier, either through the hole they've cut for you there, or right here. Whatever you prefer. Remember to get a nice pair of spring puller pliers or a spring puller tool so you don't damage your knuckles in the process. 14mm on your exhaust probe. Okay, after you get the wires out of the way, pull your clamp off on the top of your head for your water line, and then we are going to remove the air box, get it out of our way, and finish the other side over here now that we got the exhaust out of our way. Once you get both sides loose, get the bungee off the back, get the wire undone and the 10mm screw on the side and your fuel filter out, you're ready to remove the air box. While you're under your hood, you might as well get the tree limbs that you caught while you're up on the hill, working your way through the trees. Maybe the wrapper from your oil, oil bottle. Might as well get all the goodies out of there while you're at it. Okay, the next step, chuck those in the garbage so you don't drop them in your air box. And then we're gonna, if you lift back and remove the sill, try and get rid of the suction around the throttle bodies. You know if you got them loose enough when you start doing that. But once you get it to break the sill, it should pull right up out of there. As long as you got everything disconnected. Take a pair of small dikes, cut a few of those zip ties off. You can reapply those when you're done. Just makes it a little bit easier to get to everything. Now we're undoing the zip ties that connect to your injectors on the top here, because we're going to have to pull the injectors out so that we can get your monoblock out. One more clamp right here on the coming from your throttle bodies up into your head. If you want to take that clamp off, If you got a small set of pliers, makes it easy. Now we're going to clamp all the lines and try and contain as much coolant as possible so that we don't get on my garage floor. So we're going to pinch this line off. Pinch this line off. And this one, just because. Try and keep it as contained as possible. Right before you remove the head, just go ahead and it's easier to remove your injectors before you take that head off. Take the bolts out of there with a 5mm Allen wrench. Now need a 10mm. Gonna take the elbow off here. Gonna lose a little bit of coolant, but not too bad. The real flow will come when we pull the head. Want to get that just out of your way so it's not bothering you. I like to put all the bolts right in front of the motor on the little tray there. You can put them wherever you want, but double check, make sure it's going in our bucket we got under there. So once you get the injector bolts loose, pull the injectors out, and then once you get those out, we pull off the head. Just kind of set it back there out of the way, along with anything else that might be in the way. And then we're going to take the bolts out of the monoblock here with need a 15mm. Everything ready. Pull off your monoblock. Get it out. Set it down there. Now, some people might ask why I didn't take off the Y pipe before removing that. Well, that was a lot easier than trying to undo it while it's in the sled. Now we can undo it with it on the bench, and it'll be a lot easier, a lot less time, and it's a lot easier to put it back on and tighten the bolts back up than it is to undo especially these two corner ones over there that are behind the shock tower on the snowmobile. Now that we got that out of there, we use the impact wrench or a wrench, Allen wrench, whatever. The next step is we take and we check the skirts on these 800s before we put the Dragon Saber kit on, and we also take your finger, want to take your gloves off if you got them on, want to take your finger and inspect the inside of your cylinder. If you can grab anything with your fingernail, you're going to have compression loss and could lead to engine failure. If there's any scuff marks in your cylinder, send it out and get it re-Nickel-sealed, or go to your local Polaris dealer and buy a new cylinder. Or give us a call and we'll exchange you for one of ours. Inspect the skirts. You want to clean off any oil or antifreeze on there, and inspect the skirts thoroughly just to make sure that you don't have any cracks that have started, and to make sure that your cylinder is going to be worry-free when you put it back on. And as long as you install the Dragon Saber kit, it will be worry-free.